on na ear, hear this one. This one now for EED one defraud East with exorbitant electricity bills with no adequate power supply. On top the matter be say they no go give prepaid meter to their customers, but them go give illegal high estimated bills. They no want know if lights dey or e no dey. Instead of them to fix them, they go force people to pay the bills where they no use, or them go cut the lights. I wonder how communities go use contribute money, buy their own power transformer, buy electricity cables, and yet pay huge amounts of money to this Obodo Naija corrupt EEDC, but they no go gree connect or bring the light. Even when they dismantle to repair community transformers wey spoil, they no go repair or return it to the communities. This issue don tire people o. Anambra State Governor Soludo, im don pay 100 billion naira to Emeka for an EEDC. This matter dey under agreement to provide light o, 24 hours light o. But from March 2023 until now, Anambra State still dey for darkness. Emeka don frustrate other companies wey wan give us light. The koko be say EEDC na the reason why Southeast no dey develop. This thing no dey good o. I say e no good o. This thing no dey good o.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you via the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi, Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 26th day of the 6th month being June 2024. Tata Bo Bochinkwo. Therefore, today is Wednesday, being Nkwo Market Day. It's the 26th day of the 6th month being June 2024. Tata Bo Bochinkwo. Therefore, today is Wednesday, being Nkwo Market Day. It's the 26th day of the 6th month being June 2024. Tata Bo Bochinkwo. Therefore, today is Wednesday, being Nkwo Market Day.
Appointment. What of where is Igbo presidency 2023? Something to use in slaughtering our people. I am now joined by Mazi Mazi, please welcome to the program. Honestly. Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi Chinasa,
yeah, Mazi, I can hear you. But there is a lot of cracking.
What again? Mazi, because
Mazi, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are coming out now.
No earpiece.
Okay.
No earpiece.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay now. It's okay.
No earpiece.
It's okay. Go on, please.
But the crack is coming from. But the crack is coming from your own side. I don't know if everything is clear.
Your voice is coming out clear, crystal clear, no cracking, please. If you check in the, I don't know, are you hearing any crack?
Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Your own, I said your own, when you are talking, is cutting from your own side. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's cutting from your own side. Your voice is not. Yeah. It's a bridge.
Is it in the app? Let me see. Because the app is coming out clear. Yeah. So yeah, the app is okay, Mazi. Check your side, please.
Okay.
Go on.
Anyway,
your voice is coming out clear.
Let me go.
Yes.
Yeah, let me go on. Bless you for the work all of you on the Radio Biafra is doing for the Biafran people and for the restoration of Biafra. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, my name is Mazi Chinasa Nworu. Mazi Chinasa Nworu is from Obiangwa. and Odingwa is in Aba province. This evening, today, 29th of October, I've come to you people to continue from where we stopped last week. As I promised that I would be here to continue to educate our people, continue to clarify the false information being peddled by some people, because everything you are seeing out there at this particular time, our leader is in the hands of the enemy. They are all just to distract you. They are all to confuse you. They are all to make many of you to fall apart. That is why we continue to tell the people, it's only on Radio Biafra you will hear the truth. Only on Radio Biafra you will know what is happening in the Biafran struggle. Not from some newspaper stand, not from some YouTubers. You know, as people are now making money on social media, people want to come out there every now and then to tell you stories that are not confirmed, to tell you things that will make you have butterflies in your stomach, things they want to entertain you. It is a season for content creators. People do all kinds of things to make sure they keep you, following them. But for we in the IPOB leadership, after 10 years of awareness, 10 years of setting the structure, setting up departments, and setting up many leaders that will help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the pursuit for the Biafran freedom, we have realized that thousands of IPOB members have died. I'm not talking about Biafrans, because if you're talking about, we have realized that thousands of IPOB members have died. I'm not talking about Biafrans, because if you're talking about generally Biafrans, millions have died. Than to make sure we restore Biafra. You can see a lot of rubbish many people can exhibit. To start it tonight, I will just pick it on from where Mazi Chinedu, just his last words he was talking about Ohaneze. I have said this thing on many occasions, and many IPOB members know that nothing good will ever come from Ohaneze Ndigbo. We said it. Whatever you see Ohaneze Ndigbo doing is a policy. It is one of their policy. It is enshrined in their rules, modus operandi, that they are there to keep the Ndigbo down. They are there. The other last month, I think early this month, they came out that they put about businesses, they talk about village.
I say it no good, oh. This thing not that good, oh. No one knows tomorrow. Oh yes. Oh yeah, make una open una ear. Hear this. This thing not that good, oh. I say it no good, oh. This thing not that good, oh. No one knows tomorrow. Oh yes. Oh yeah, make una open una ear. Hear this one. This one now for EEDC. EEDC want defraud Southeast with exorbitant electricity bills with no adequate power supply. On top the matter be say dem no go give prepaid meter to their customers, but dem go give illegal high estimated bills. Dem no wan know if light dey or e no dey. Instead of dem to fix am, dem go force people to pay the bills wey dem no use, or dem go cut the light. I wonder how communities go use contribute money, buy their own power transformer, buy electricity cables, and yet pay huge amount of money to dis obodo naija corrupt EEDC, but dem no go gree connect or bring the light. Even when dem dismantle to repair community transformers wey spoil, dem no go repair or return it to the communities. Dis issue don tire people o. Anambra State Governor Soludo, im don pay 100 billion naira to Emeka Offor and EEDC. Dis matter dey under agreement to provide light o, 24 hours light o, but from March 2023 until now, Anambra State still dey for darkness. Emeka Offor don frustrate other companies wey wan give us light. The koko be say EEDC na the reason why Southeast no dey develop. Dis thing no dey good o, I say e no good o.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. I try to correct something at the background, so we must continue. As I said, today is the 26th day of the 6th month, being June 2024. Thatabo Bochenko being Wednesday. Welcome to the Voice of Liberation. This is a revolutionary radio. We must continue making sure that this information is disseminated. This is our rallying point. Remember, Radio Biafra is where we worship. Do we have any other rallying point? The answer is no. They destroyed every other thing that brings us together. Every other thing that brings us together, they destroyed it. So we are moving like sheep without no shepherd. Onye gara n'ihu, onye ọzọ gara n'azụ. Onye ga east, onye ọzọ ga na ọdịda anyanwụ. Onye aga na mpakara ebe a, onye aga na we don't have nothing that joins us together. No ideological consistency that joins us together. Ihe mekwere na anyị ịgwakwa na eziokwu. IPOB is, is a factor that is bringing our pieces together. Something terrible happened to us. We are just, trying to put up a face. Many things happened to us. Right from 1970, we went back to our vomit without nothing, no single thought of fighting back internally or secretly. We continue, we jettisoned everything we have fought for. Do you know that this is one of the reasons that this restoration effort is very difficult? Many countries didn't take us at all as serious. I am telling you honestly. Many people, many countries, if you approach them, they become annoyed. They say, "Get out, you human being, where were you since? We have been waiting for you." The Catalonians waited for us for 8 years, according to reports. Even molded Biafra in Barcelona, in Catalonia, waiting keeping even Biafra house intact in Catalonia, playing football team known as Biafra, waiting that maybe these people, they are prepared. One day secretly they will contact us. Nothing. I gash back to square zero. Do you see why sometimes I become annoyed? Do you see that? We completely jettisoned everything. I buy back to one Nigeria. Mandi tishia yonyo wana back or something that you never I have been trying to research any other place that that this type of fought this type of our fight, and after they stopped, even if they are defeated, they stopped. No, I never see. Only us. Therefore, we made things even more difficult for ourselves. Some people they say we are the most inconsistent set of people, and I agree with that. Anywhere, now forget about that one. Let us forget the battle you failed to fight today is waiting for you. You are not going to run away from it. Do you understand? I say even some countries they tell you, "Look, this thing you people are doing any difficult, you people jettison and run away." So I'm not sure here. I'm not sure here. I be support on echi enwe any difficulty. I may encounter too much difficulty. I say no, I get wish on your own. You happens here, go and sign anything and say okay, I hands up. Do you see why we are still suffering? Huh? People took us that we are not serious. We are not serious people at all. Agagide n'ihu enwe ebe nwetere nwa small thing na enyere anyị nwa small crumb. Ahapụ sị gị na ahapụga that this thing ahapụga abeg ka anyị mezie ịma ndị Igbo we coin different mantras in order to bypass issues to our detriment. Now leave that one. If you cannot beat them, you join them. Now leave them. Now hapu kene Biafra hapu. Okubu onye ona na-ekwu Biafra Biafra. Because sorry be the onye obuna. You understand? Tomorrow now you see Zitobi will come out. People they make him praise everybody. Most of the people will just leave that Biafra. Let us focus here. The most unserious people, inconsistent. You will see people that rise up to fight you. Say, nah, this IPOB, no spoil something for us. Have you ever reasoned? Now, Britain never fight. They never threw us that side. Do you think about that? Do you reason that side? Maybe you don't. People are talking, hey, man, we take over power and Nigeria will be better. Before God and man, they will wakasha Nigeria, how will they gonna call Igbo? Cause the whole blame since 19 Krigidiman and wakasha Nigeria, the whole blame God was in Igbo. One now or you try sabotage to the last. And you will see Igbo people because of what they are going to gain, just a private gain. Now live go to the honor that to Biafra. On name because na here now. Here one kai our turn now. Here we preach. We make sure we touch that side you don't even reason about, so that we touch our mentality, what we are suffering. Hey, they forget us. Why wouldn't they forget you? Hey, look at the not that there is something internal and a secret, no way. No, got nothing. Only on a balaga jettison. Why would the world take you serious? Who is that? Na Biafra kwa. Biafra kwa. Na beg you say, how will mature also say now you people on Undiara? Do you see some of the reasons why we are suffering? The world hate us. They are this and that. But you, what effort have you made? As a people? Are we making the necessary effort to really get out right from beginning? South Sudan fought 2 big wars. I don't know. If we are talking, it's very easy. Talking is very cheap. Very, very cheap and easy. Do you know what is fighting brutal war for 39 years? Do you know that? We have been in this struggle for, say, 10 or over a bit 10 years. You see many of our people are now Biafra ga-abịa the self, this and that. But these are the people that, if you they'll tell you, Mandela stayed in jail for 27 years. And they don't understand what the people went through. In South Africa, go to your home, you become annoyed. Can you do like them? Or can you be consistent like them? People will be dying. Unable people. South Sudanese, the Janjaweed slaughtered them. First war, 22 years. Consecutively. 1, 2, 3, count it, 22 years. Now, they ended up, no victor, no vanquish, like we did, though. Listen, like 1970, after killing the South Sudanese, they brokered the peace. Britain and West Order was away. No victor, no vanquish. Anyway, you people, okay, oh yeah. Victor, no vanquish, Sudan, one Sudan, but you be kind of autonomous, this and that. They say, okay, we accept. And they continued. They continued. Even those that fought the first war started dying, being older. Did they stop them, the new ones? The answer is no. After they saw that the Janjaweed is also repeating the same thing that, that started the war, imposing on them, they said no. The new generation led by John Garang took over, said no. It cannot happen. It cannot. After about 8 years of truce, no victor, no vanquish, but really, Janjaweed, they felt that they defeated them. In the same way, like the same thing that happened to us. They didn't lay down their alertness. I mean the South Sudanese. Are you hearing me? They didn't go and relax and say, no, now one Sudan, we are okay, this and that. And they appointed some of them into power, this and that. And they said, now, let us forget the past. No, they were watching. Having plans internally. Watching. After about 8 years, they saw that these people are hell-bent on still imposing them. They arranged themselves to carry arms as little as they can and carry arms and started the war again. This time for another 17 years. Count it, 22 plus 17. Very easy, that is 39 good years of brutal. What I'm telling you is not a maybe low-level war, brutal war. That the Janjaweed will be bombing markets, hospitals, they slaughter them, they blockade them, no food. To the extent you see, they have what do they call all the boys? The lost boys of Sudan, of South Sudan. People that their parents have died in the war or in hunger. They endured it. To the extent it started touching, pinching the conscience of the world. The United Nations can no longer look down on it. The conscience of the West started saying, nah, these monkeys, they have tried though. We thought that they are not serious. That their country is serious. They are serious for it, please. There is no way. It becomes a black point, being black spot to the conscience of the West. They say, no, let us give them. Let us give them their country. But we will give it to them without that their dear man, Garang, that commands respect. I think in 2005, on the eve of signing the peace, referendum for South Sudanese to vote yes or no, on going back in United Nations helicopter, the chopper crashed. How whip. Do you see? They will never. This woman, what is Makimboko? This is it, a Zimbabwean woman. That hero, the heroine, that fighter. That said we must saturate them with our truth. There are truths, but there are our truths. Do you hear me? So these people, they signed and they conducted referendum and they won. The woman said that the Europeans, the West, will never give us freedom easily. The way they give Eastern Europeans, the way they give other, even Asians that are yearning for freedom, they will make Africans, because they saw Africa as a people that are subjugable. Remember Berlin Conference. They separated Africa. They partitioned Africa to their taste, to the way they want it. So, who are you to come and... They saw this black race as a people that you can buy, they bought with their money. Do you know what it means? It's just like a dog now. You're a dog looking for independence. Dog that you bought with money. A dog started attacking you in your house. A dog, nketa. You grow with ego. Na-emezi ike na-eme gị attack n'ụlọ. I were okwe kogbu na ya na ọkwa na nketa o. If you tell him this, he said no, he come and bite you. He said no, nah. That is the way ndi ọcha ji ahụ ndị ojii. That is why, look at the whole black countries in this world. Not only in Africa. Papua New Guinea, the same thing, the same problem. Haiti, the same problem. In the Americas, so Jamaica, all these countries, Trinidad, all the same thing. They sow seeds of discord because they see us as a people that we are bought for, that we are properties for 400 years plus. Now they want to be like equal like them. That is why they are using everything to make sure that they put us down. Bill Gates is one of the fronts. I think you understand. What I'm telling you, for you to understand the world we are in, the type of mess we are in, they are developing a biological technology whereby, just like you see insect resistant crops, no pesticide applied. They develop, for example, corn that you plant, insects will eat it. Any insect that eats the plant will die. The medicine for the insect is inside the crop. Is inside the crop itself. Any other thing, human being will eat it, no problem. But if insects eat it, they die. They fine-tuned it into racial biological weapon. Even Russia have said it, that the West is now using biological weapon in Africa. But Africans don't know. I read this somewhere. I was shocked. The South Africans are naive, ignorant. What the West is doing, they are using biological weapon on Africans without their knowledge. The food you are importing, the GMO food that is being approved now by Nigeria or Nigerian government officially. What do you think? They've even in countries like America, they fine-tune according to the authority, one of the authorities in this biological, agricultural science, biological warfare. Let me put it like that. He said it. They are fine-tuning this type of weapon, growing crops that if black people can eat it, other races will eat, no problem. But black person, you eat that food, you develop cancer, you develop liver problems, you develop different problems, and after you die. the way they are trying to eliminate us using technology is overwhelming. The only thing that can save us is upgrading ourselves. In Biafra land, we have been calling for agricultural revolution to counter the mess Britain, through Nigerian government, has put Nigerians into, to be food dependent. They use the Fulani headsmen destroying farms everywhere in Nigeria, putting farmers into refugee camps in the northern part of Nigeria, in Zamfara, in Benue. Benue alone has 2 million refugees in Benue. Only Benue, only. The other day, I read about how these terrorists chased out 600 people in, I think, in Sokoto or Bauchi. No, in Yobe. In one day, into refugee camp in one day, and took over their lands. These are farmers. According to the revelations of Dr. Njemanze, between 2015 and 2018, 37,500 people were killed by Boko Haram, according to United States Council on Foreign Relations. Now listen, 32,000 or 85% of that 37,500 were Muslims. Only 5,500 or 15% were non-Muslims, either Christians or African traditional religion, or that non-Muslims in short. Now tell me, and these were killed by bandits, the Fulani terrorists they call bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and name them, Fulani headsmen. Do you think that this is about Islamization? In reality, the answer is no. They are using that word, Islamization, to hype us, so that we forget about the main picture. Are you hearing me? The larger picture is more than Islamization. It's more than that. For the Fulani they are using, they put for them that their goal is conquer, is Allah, is helping them conquer everywhere. They don't know that they are also tomorrow's victims of this larger conspiracy by the West. They don't know. Do they? Now tell me, 37,500 people were killed by Boko Haram. That 85% were Muslims, 15% were Christians. Insecurity not related to religious extremism. All victims of Boko Haram were farmers, natural seed growers, and their families. Is it ringing bell in your side? Do you know the type of mess we are in? Oh, yam is coming from Benue, right? You don't know the type of yam you are eating. GMO. Something that will cause cancer. Something that will cause liver problems. Different types of sicknesses that we never witness, in our land. We Biafrans, we are very strong people because our food is very highly nutritious and natural. But since we stopped farming and only pursuing money to buy imported food, tomato, I go tomato from Hausa, akwụkwọ nri, inwezi ọbụbọ, inweghịzi ọbụbọ, no, ihe niile ewe ego. After all, you go and buy, you don't know what you are buying. You are buying your debt. IPOB, that's why we are having, we look at the core issue, the core problem. Now IPOB tries to solve it from the root. But will our people hear? There is a question, it's for you to answer. How long have we been campaigning against eating Fulani cows? How long? Do you know that all those cows that we are killed in, is it Ondo State, by poison? They brought many of them to our land, to Biafra land. In Atasuya, you are eating your dead. The worst part of it is that when you develop all these sicknesses, you are so-called man of dog. We tell you that it is your pastor. We tell you that come and drink holy water. He will say, "Oh, Nanagi," he will collect the small remaining in your pocket. Or Nanagi, give him mini soke nang. He will tell you that it is your father in the village, or your siblings in the village. That is the most pathetic, saddest part of it, where it affects everybody, every one of us, creating enmity in our land. No cohesion. Everybody hates every. Some people in Lagos, they don't even want to reach their village for many years, courtesy of their pastor. No, if you go again, putting fears everywhere for something that is being caused by another thing. Do you see how everything's are interconnected? Do you see why we are always shouting to open your eyes, to come out of stupidity? Insecurity in Nigeria related by biotech terrorism to eliminate natural seed growers and replace the natural seeds with GMO seeds. They used cell phones called electronic wallets of deaths to track all 14 million farmers and killed the seed growers among them. Cell phones were given by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Are you seeing? This is the person that the Nigerian government is embracing as our savior. Look at the news. I read it the other day. Nigeria launches Bill Gates funded GMO maize to boost agricultural productivity. That was June 18, 2024 news. Do you see why we must do away with this type of political system that is being imposed on us as Africans in general and as Biafrans in particular? The politicians, the political class they are separated from the population. They don't care about the the population, the people's lives. They don't care. What matters to them is to maintain power. And it is the Western government that is protecting them. Do you hear me? You know how many? I think they say whether 17 attempted military coups to topple Traore, the present head of state of Burkina Faso. All these are people sent by the West. Have you seen any African, Western-backed African governments that is doing well? The people are really doing well. The answer is no. Look at Kenya. Do you know the problem? Why the youths of Kenya, they rose up? They took over the parliament, Kenya parliament. Why you are, as a Nigerian, gossiping in the social media about Davido's marriage with this and that? Other people are fighting for what is important to them, the most important things to them. Do you know that Ruto, the president of Kenya, he is the most beloved of the West? Kenya. Do you know that? No, you don't. Maybe you don't know. Kenya is where our leader was renditioned from. Anything, now, do you know the depth of Kenya? The depth, Ogwahaji, to IMF, World Bank, and all the rest, is 70% of their GDP, gross domestic product, which means they are no more living life as a country. They are living in borrowed country, borrowed. And do you know what? Their president wanted to borrow another money, I think 5 point something billion from IMF, World Bank, and IMF. They gave him condition, as usual. go and increase tax, make suffer people more, put people into more poverty, so that I'll give you the money. They know. Remember, no country, no African country, friend to West, loved by the West, controlled by the West, their people are doing well. No, the country is not doing. They are not doing. Look at Niger Republic, the former president. They deposed the president, Bazoum. Is it not because of him they wanted to go to war? Oh, is it democratically elected? Oh, but Niger remains the poorest country in the world. Is it not so? They praise him. That is where they praise him. Oh, but he's the poorest. Then what is democracy? They are so-called European democracy. What is it if the people are not seeing it reflecting on their daily table? If people are entering into more poverty, now you are praising them that, oh, be democratic. That is what they are doing to Kenya. They are controlling Kenya successive governments. The same way they are doing in Nigeria. The same way they are doing in Nigeria. Now, but the people now, because they are, at least their youths are at alert, at least. They say, how can you increase everything? Inflation, too much inflation. Everything. Government increase tax, which means no increment in basic salary. But everything, taxes, you pay more tax, buy things more costly. That is the reason why they use, at least they manifest that they are alive. They killed that, according to reports, 23 people dead. I know it's higher than that. They took over their parliament, the Kenyan parliament, entered there. Whereas Nigerians are leaving it for God. They live even if let one egg be 1,000 naira, we go survive. You think that you are being praising yourself, bravo. You are in Akasio Wego Binaho. Do you understand me? Look at inflation. Does it concern Nigerians? They are dying like chickens every day. Nigerians, they don't care. Why should they care? Whereas if they brainwash them into don't come out or don't do anything, it's Igbo. It's Igbo idea, Igbo man idea. So don't come out, otherwise Igbo will dominate you. But Nigerians are suffering. While the politicians are living large, making having multi-billion dollar assets in Dubai, in every part of the world. I think they say they seized the Mievele choice properties. Totaling, is it 12 billion naira or dollars? This is a small thing. This is just a tip, small little thing. Have you forgotten during the changing of money? I think last year, the new naira, containers of naira cash spoiled, being discovered in different parts of the north, in their farms, in their homes. Do you see that type of wickedness? Self-destructive wickedness. Do you see that? Nigerians are suffering from primitive accumulation syndrome. Primitive, robbery. I used to say it. The early men type of selfishness. During the time human being never too much develop, the brain never develop. They engage in that type of primitive accumulation. Whereas one person will accumulate, go, if you see weird, fruit, you discover it, you go and gather, for example, mango. You gather mango that fall. He didn't plant it, though. He just gather everywhere, gather it, they will be rotten. Others are hungry because he's powerful. He is more powerful than any person that touches one mango. That time there is no modern equipment. He will use stone, or he will carry the person, bash him on stone, on the mountain, or throw him down from the cliff. And it's not that he's going to finish it, no. So he stayed there after every, they will be rotten. He doesn't care. That is what Nigerian politicians are. Nigerians in general. Because Nigerian politicians are a reflection of the Nigerian people. Are you hearing me? Now the Kenyan youths, they are on the march. At least. And they made their president to draw back from that announcement or that policy of increasing tax. That is increasing people's suffering. In Nigeria, they increase everything, everyday inflation. I think it was on Mazi who said this thing the other day. Three packaged tomato, pieces of tomato. They say whether 6,000 plus in a supermarket. I was shocked. Nigerians, they use it to do big man. Nah, no cry. You go and look for money and go and buy. It doesn't matter. That is the primitivity in our people. I'm telling you. They don't fight. No person fights. No. No person. That is why the option is for us to opt out of, get out of that hellhole. Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria now, he launches biggest funded GMO maize to boost agricultural productivity. You will not see all these so-called men of God talking. Why I'm calling them? Because they are talking to millions of Nigerians at a time. They have crowd and people listen to them. They will not tell them, the disadvantage, the mess this thing is bringing, because they are waiting now. A lot of them they are waiting. Tomorrow, people will continue being sick now. They come, they will sell their water. They will sell their handkerchief. They will tell them, receive your healing. And you go and sow seed. If you die, they will come and collect money and pay and bury you. And they will tell others that you don't have faith. That is why you died. So why should people fight? People that are in spirit, you are telling to fight for physical world. Do you see how stupid many Nigerians are? Do you see how foolish they are? Do you see that? Nigerian government now is brainwashing them that GMO maize will boost agriculture. Do you listen to the clip I played about Njemanze, his revelations? How for farmers now, they will give you for 1 year. The following year, if you want to plant from what you harvested, it will not grow. You go back to the status quo. You go back to them. They will announce that you come. They will tell you, you buy one sachet of grain for, they'll tell you the amount, maybe 100,000 or 50,000. You don't have it. They'll tell you, okay, you go to receive free, but you are going to, as a woman, you are going to tell your wife or your daughter to go and donate organ. Over. It's nothing. They'll tell you it's not. They will come. Nigerians, look at the way they have spoken grammar, calm them that no, GMO maize is we boost agricultural productivity. But these are things that the GMO, that is, they engineered the nomenclature, the natural nomenclature, and removed switched off the productivity. All those things, once you are eating it, you are eating bread now, aren't you? You are eating cake, all these things of flour. These are things, you cannot run away from it now. In all these things. How are you going to run away from it? How? That's why IPOB, we are campaigning for radical agricultural revolution in our land with our natural seedlings. So that in the next few years, we will, ESN is there doing their work to deal with all these Fulani headsmen that they are using in order to destroy natural food. Natural food seeds. And they call it farmers a headers crash. Do you see the reason why they play down on all these? Do you see that? And the revelations of this man, Njemanze. The other day I explained it, but I said something about it. I want to repeat it. I don't know. That day, I was having some problems, technical issues, so I don't know whether people had it. Do you see the revelations of this man? He's an Igbo man.
Recorded dead from Boko Haram attacks by the U.S. Council on Foreign Relations. This was the data they provided to the Congress.
Do you know the voice of this man, Dr. Njemanze? Do you think that he's the only person in that sees all those things? Do you think that there are no Hausa doctors, no Birom doctors, no Yoruba doctors there? Do you think so? The answer is no. This is one of the main reasons why Britain hate us. They believe that with Igbo man that they cannot have it their own way completely. That is the reason why they didn't promote our secret society or conquer. Ekpe. They didn't promote it. Instead, they trusted the Yoruba. That's why they added Ogboni to the mainstream Freemasonry. Are you understanding what I'm saying? They added Ogboni. That's why Ogboni is popular. It's something like Okonko. But why it's popular? The Europeans, Britain promoted it because they added it to their Freemasonry lodge, and promoted it. They didn't trust Igbo own. They said there are some secrets we see there. Your consciousness, your conscience will not allow you. Now you go and reveal it. But Yoruba, no, they say no. Even if it is to kill everybody, they will. You understand? Are you hearing me? Igbo man, there are some things you will see. Say no, this one. Even if I finish speaking it, I die. I don't care. He will come and reveal it to people. Otherwise, he will not die. He will not sleep. He will not die a good death. It doesn't matter. He's benefiting from it. In millions of people, you must see few that will do it, like this in Jamanze. Do you see the reason? I know Britain this thing this man is revealing is a very big thing that can cause revolution everywhere. But in Nigeria, they say they are coming to kill. They have a policies to kill everybody, harvest your organs. They have done it. Nigerians, they will use it. They use it to do comedy. Do they have time for it? Do they have time for it? Today, Nigerian government has accepted Bill Gates, our killers, GMO. Put it in the mainstream now. Publishing it in the Nigerian media now. That farmers, they act. The policy now is actively going on, and it's under Tinubu. He didn't start it. It's not under him they started it. Are you hearing me? And remember, Tinubu before was a freedom fighter in the 80s. Remember Nadeko? He ran away from Nigeria because because he was yelling that no, let Nigeria be splitted into, because Nigeria cannot work. He was against the military. So a freedom fighter. But today, he cannot beat them, he joined them. That is the main fault of a black man. The main fault. That is why the Europeans, they see it the West in general, they now see it conveniently to use our people to kill our people. They use our politicians to kill the population. Are you hearing me? Ruto is doing it. The people are living in 70% of debt. Their debt. 70% of their GDP is for servicing debt. Even in Nigeria, it's almost the same thing. Do Nigerians care? No, they don't care. Everybody is hustling. When you hustle finish for the day, you are their sedating center. You go to church or you go to mosque and pray. where they will preach to you good things that don't worry, everything is okay, God is in control. Do not worry anything. Worry not. Does God look? Take example from the birds of the air. Do they cook? Do they manufacture? Do they produce? But their Father in heaven feeds them. So you, that is more important. Why should you worry about tomorrow? This is sedatives they give to us, and our people are dying. They don't care about what happens tomorrow. Do you see why also we will not live religion? Do you see that? Do you see when the teaching is fundamentally flawed? I am telling you. I am telling many of the teachings are fundamentally is meant on for caging people, for caging, making you powerless. How can they tell you not to think of what you are going to eat tomorrow? Don't think about tomorrow. People's Club, Oliver the Cook. And that is what he played in the 1970s after the war, when our people were worried. Oh, Okoye go say ka kpori we no ndo na echezi na echi. Onye ahụ na baiga no hia say na God is in control now. Jehovah Weze. Have you saluted someone? How far now? I say Jehovah Weze. Oh, it's part of it, all the mantra. Jehovah Weze. Human being Weze no wa. We are talking of Bigot. Bigot is a human being. The Westerners, they are human beings. Are they spirits? But they are the people killing. They are killing us for their interests. Their policies is keeping us down. They support African politicians and impoverish everybody. This is what Fidel Castro saw and started fighting against the Western-backed government of Batista in Cuba. Do you hear? Do you know that? Batista at that time, he was the darling, number one darling of America. Are you hearing me? Number one darling. They promote him. They praise him. He is democracy personified. They praise him. You know, if you touch him, you touch the apple of eye of America because he is democratic. Are you hearing me? But his people are suffering. The Cubans, we are suffering, only the politicians, the Cuban politicians, political class that time, we are the ones that we are enjoying everything under the protection of United States. They promoted them. Now, this is the democracy. They impoverished their people. Fidel Castro look at this, he said, no, I cannot be here and continue watching this mess. It shouldn't happen. And he ran into the bush. In every what do you call it? Every subjugation, there must be somebody that will rise up. It will never continue forever. Somebody must take it as a duty and say, nah, this thing, somebody have to do it. And he took up arms. Are you hearing me? He took up arms. They were laughing at him. Let me tell you. At the beginning, Batista was mocking him. That look, the same way they mocked Mazi Nnamdi. It's exactly the same thing. Oh, this man, he loved me now. Wow. They tell, what is this man doing himself? Because the man saw that, how can America was backing me? So what is this man talking? Who will follow him? He used money to buy people. But do you know what? Fidel Castro, he went to rudimentary, to the grassroots. He bought this shortwave radio transmitter and run into the bush and started talking on radio from his location. As our people, you call, you say, I'm calling from my location. Fidel Castro was talking from his location that time. Nobody knew where he was. But he was talking to the people, educating them, changing their mentalities. And the peasants were coming, running away from the town, joining him inside the bush. People you call 5 men. people you call keke na pepe drivers, people you call very low poor people, the people Mahaburo, they started joining him. Because for every revolution to be successful, look, if all these basic human beings don't join you, you are nowhere. Who will first? Who will join you first? Is it a university lecturer will leave his highly paid job? Come on, he will classify you as he will use one English word to classify. These are miscreants. They don't understand. That is the way it is. But people they call miscreants will be running, joining you. That is how it is. They started joining Fidel Castro inside the bush. He started training them, teaching them how to do basic combat operations, how to do something. And he'll be sending them by two, three into the town to start causing havoc. Do you see that? Until they grew. Before Batista know it, they can no more be controlled. America, the superpower. You see, no, it can no more. The thing has overgrown. And he fought the war of Abana and deposed the then president ran away. Do you see it? Do you see it? That is how things are. America, they always back very corrupt governments. I say they don't. The people will be suffering. They will be impoverishing people. They don't care. They will be praising the government. Oh, you're on the right path. Yeah, the largest democracy. Oh no, you are good. It's good. They will use their media preponderance to be praising you, whereas the people are dying of misery. That is who they are. I am saying it. It's ricocheting on my voice. Is ricocheting on the social media. That is it. That is who they are. They don't want you to. They don't want people. They don't care about who you are. Only that their interest is what matters to them. Millions die. That is not their problem. After all, they have used nuclear weapon. The only country that use nuclear weapon on people. They use nuclear weapon. They use Agent Orange in Vietnam War. Nav gas. They provided Saddam Hussein with this thing, with Nev gas. France built a nuclear reactor for Saddam Hussein. Do you know that? France built nuclear reactor. In the process of building nuclear reactor in Iraq, 17 kilometers, 11 kilometers from Baghdad. If not that Israel bombed it in one operation they called, what do they call it? Operation Opera in 1981. Do you know that? These are West. They sponsor things that are bringing problems everywhere. We should never stop talking because this injustice in this world against the most impoverished of the people of this world should never continue unabated. It should never continue. They are sponsoring Bill Gates with a GMO. Sponsoring, supporting Nigerian government to kill millions of people, harvesting their organs. For what? Are you hearing me? This is crime against humanity. This is crime against humanity. Are you hearing me? This is crime against humanity. But we must continue. The only remedy is being consistent in what we are chasing. That is why I used to hammer it. You see IPOB. We are not a people that will be taken over by sentimental. As we Igbos, we are. We are sentimental people. Are you hearing me? We are sentimental. We celebrate failure. Because of past record, we start celebrating failure. Oh, nah, he try now. Look at how he did it now. So he try. So we start celebrating failure. No. This generation of IPOB, no. We will view things as it is and make sound judgment. That is why we should always face the reality and not being sentimental. And that is why I am happy that the DOS is operating in their way, in their own way, not talking much. Let me tell you, talking much publicly by leaders, it has brought the downfall of many. Let me give you this example. Do you see that Operation Opera, which I talked about, is what a code name, what they coded Operation Opera or Operation Babylon. The surprise airstrike that Israeli Air Force conducted on the 7th day of June 1981 that surprised the world inside the heart of Iraq and destroyed that nuclear reactor that France was secretly building for Iraq, for Saddam Hussein. Do you know that? Do you know what caused it? What caused the main thing that caused the airstrike? That for Israelis to react because of the big mouth of Saddam Hussein. He said he will wipe Israel. That the thing he will use nuclear weapon to wipe away Israel publicly. If it's you, will you be waiting for you to be wiped out? Anyway, as Nigerians, if it's Nigerians, they will wait. They will start waiting, saying now they will enter into 100 days fasting. Say it no go happen. I have decreed with the power that is given on authority given unto me. Who give you authority? If there is a power in that sound you are making, do you think the Europeans will give it to you? It's just like you give a child, a baby, a toy gun. He's using it to boast and harass his fellow friends. They will run away. If they run away, but it's not real. If you have authority vested on me, I command. You are commanding. Yeah, you are making vocal sound, nothing. You want to hear now? If it's working something, America will not leave that thing, that name or that command for you. Britain will not leave it for you. The Europeans will not leave it for you. They will use it. What works is weapon, physical weapon, for your information. AK-47, if you have it. Nuclear weapon. If you have it, if you talk, the world will listen. That is what works, not by the authority vested upon me. So, Saddam Hussein opened his mouth at that time and said, now, don't worry, that in no distant time, he's going to wipe Israel away. They say, oh boy. Now the Mossad went into action and found out that this man, France, out of their long throat, France is like that now. They are like that. Because Saddam Hussein, because of money, they agreed to build the nuclear reactor, saying that it is for civilian use, whereas internally they want to develop even 1 or 2 bombs, nuclear bombs. In exchange, Saddam Hussein paid the France money, heavy, how many billions of dollars? I think in today's edition, 1 point something billion dollars. Together with mass importation of French vehicles, mass importation into Iraq. This Citroën, Peugeot, and all the rest. Mass importation. Now, French engineers set into operation. Because of the big mouth of Saddam Hussein, the Israelis say, okay, now wow, this man, he will kill us if he get this bomb. And they went on June 7th of June 1981. After the starting of that thing since 2 years back, they went and destroyed it beyond recognition. And that is the end. that was the end till death. Because their leader, Saddam Hussein, was talking big mouth on air. Do you see the reason why the DOS keeps quiet? Another one is in the 1960s. the then president of Egypt, Egyptian president, the one, what is his name? Gamal Nasser. Gamal Abdel Nasser, yes. Gamal Abdel Nasser. He wanted to develop Scud missiles, 1960s. And he started scavenging secretly and found Western German scientists that could do the job. And they were developing the missiles for him in Egypt. And he came out also on air to boast that, look, that he is going to chase Israel into the sea openly. That he has a weapon. He never finished. He never finished developing anything. He now start boasting that with the weapon he has, he will drive Israel into the sea. He will destroy the whole of Israel. If it's you, what will you do? Although, as I said, if it's you now as a stupid black person, you will go to fasting and prayer. You can't do nothing. You will say that with the authority vested on me, I command that this thing will not happen. That is what you will do. You go fasting and praying. Pastor private jet. If you see that there will be problem to destroy like Nigeria, he will run. Kumuyi have relocated into to United Kingdom, isn't it? By the power vested on me, they give you something to make you feel big, whereas you are nothing. And we're on here, well, you have no power, you have no authority, nothing. So, Gamal Abdel Nasser, he now boasted. Now Mossad open eyes. They say, now wow, they entered into action. They started secretly assassinating the whole scientists that were involved. The main scientist, he was even captured from Germany that time, West Germany. That time there was West and East Germany. He was captured from the Mossad, captured him and transported him to Israel and tortured him secretly. And he died of torture. After getting from him, he is the main person, the main orga in charge of that Scud missile production. They got many other names from him. He died of torture. This file was declassified a few years back. Are you hearing me? That is what's coming out to making mouth. That is why our people stop making mouth on air. Your enemy, they are human beings. You think that your enemies are not listening. You think your enemies are our enemies are not listening. Don't talk even. Are you hearing me? So these are the reasons why our DOS, they do more and talk less, because our enemies are listening. Let us learn from this. So before I open the lines, because I will do it in a jiffy, let me also go to some other news headlines. But let me tell you what is happening. Nigeria is a crime scene. They don't see the Western governments don't see Nigeria as a country. They saw it as a place you can harvest anything. If they need human heads, many millions of human heads in Nigeria. Ask yourself, what about the penis, discovered penis in fresh penis in China, in the containers in China? Do you know how the amount of penis that will fill up one container, 40-feet container? Do you know it can be up to 100,000 in one container or more than. Now, the different containers. Are you hearing me? These are our people that we are killed. He's from Nigeria. I think that time when the news spread everywhere in social media, the Nigerian Senate said, no, we don't worry, we investigate. But they are the people, the people committing this that committed this. Are you hearing me? Where is the investigation today? Nigerians, Kega. Does any journalist even raise it up again? The answer is no. Which journalist that we talk? Secretly, he will be giving money. If he reject money, they will go for his life. Do you see that? Do you see why they don't take us as human beings? They take us as subhumans in Nigeria because they can buy you with money. You are not consistent in what you want. You are not consistent. Breeze will blow you this side. He said, nah, I'm confused. Mazi come here, what is happening? You are confused because you want to be confused. We must continue what we are doing. Because agwo is go na kreka pot agwo no n'ime ụlọ. Ọ gbadatago n'ụlọ. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Now let me go into some other news headlines. Okay. President Tinubu approves upgrade of Ibadan domestic airport to international status. You see? Everything is there in Yoruba land. He's a Yoruba man. That is it. That is one Nigeria. I listened to the jargon one person is talking about. He's a Yoruba man. So every tribe is marginalized. And I look, I say, no, these people. Remove Murtala Mohammed International Airport of Lagos. Remove it. Stop it. Now bring the airport. Turn it to Owerri. Let Owerri be the only international airport. If any Yoruba person from Lagos is traveling to UK or America, he will take either local flight from the Lagos local terminal, now fly to Owerri, or he will take a bus, night bus, and come to Owerri. Now fly from Owerri. At least you stay in Owerri and in a hotel. If you don't have anybody, you will eat. Now, after all these things, the seaport, remove all those seaports in Owerri, bring them to Biafra land. I mean, in Lagos, bring them to Biafra land. Now, tell the Yoruba person, tell him, let him talk about one Nigeria. Do you see the hypocrisy? Do you see he was responding for the statement being made by Edwin Clark that Igbos should be reinstated. Igbos, we are not reinstated in Nigeria. Do you see? The man said, no, every tribe is marginalized. If you are flying from outside to Nigeria, where are you going to drop? The charge you are going to pay to Lagos, the flight ticket is not the same. Going to Iguacha is not the same, it's more higher. And you will drop in Lagos or Abuja. Now you start coming. Do you see? No, it's not. If you bring your containers, it will enter Papa Wharf. Before even they start offloading, you have entered the demurrage. I mean offloading. These are things. The cutoff mark to enter into Unity School, college, in our land, in Biafra land, is more higher than any other place. And that is not marginalization. Isn't it? So what are they talking about? Now, Tinubu is approving an upgrade of Ibadan domestic airport to international status. Nigeria as a winner take it all. But it is only our people that they have for. When Goodluck Jonathan was there, instead of doing something in Biafra land, even in Otuoke, his own home, his community, he started building Almajiri school for them to love him. They, I say our people, we don't understand politics at all. We don't understand the politics. They know that we're zero in politics of collective interest. We are zero. They told good luck, Jonathan. This first 4 years, use it to buy the heart of the Northerners. You know you're an Igbo man. You know they hate you, but we have use it to buy the heart of the Northerners, and he agreed. Very foolish. He agreed. He started building. They, he said they tell him, don't worry. The next 4 years, that time you use it now to take care of your side. And they know that there is no next 4 years for him. Or the aral. I don't call it aral or knowledge. When Mugu fall, guy man, they whack off. Man. They will tell you something that will not happen. You will not even live to see that. Don't worry. Hey, you see this 4 years. Oga President. Good luck, Jonathan. You see that you have many Northerners. They didn't vote for. We are the people that forcefully we convince them. So you have to don't make us shame. Work for them. Consecrate this your 4 years to work for the North. Now, after that, the next other 4 years, upper 4 years, and now you use it to work for your side. Mugi agree now. They laugh. When they go to their secret meeting, they laugh. They say, don't worry. No be on your money. Do they know anything? They can be manipulated anyhow. There will be no another 4 years for him. We will show him now. Don't you hear it on the Alhaji and the Kunle discussion? Don't you hear his voice? When the man Kunle asked him, tell him that even good luck, Jonathan, he favored the North more. He said, why not? Why no go do him for us? Why? It's by force now. He must do it. Do you see their tune? Lion and chicken. Not even sheep, chicken. Sheep would even strong. It's only IPOB that is turning that is now lion, growing to be lion against the lion. They amalgamated us in one cage. Lion versus chicken. When they beat you, when they kill you, you go, yes, you start crying to God. An unseen spirit you don't know. They tell you, go and pray to God, don't worry. God hears you. Hell, Chineke. We need to buckle up. We need to buckle up mentally. We need to buckle up. Otherwise, they are crying. India, this IPOB, man, all bro, ndị Igbo ike. O mepere m anya. Ihe anyị ma just how to make money, nothing more. How to make money individually, nothing more. Enwekwe ihe ọzọ. Our collective survival, the politics of our collective survival, zero. And even we had a very disturbing report that they are forcing our children to inoculate them, to vaccinate them, going to schools in Imo State, even in Olo, to vaccinate them. Going with a bubago to force people to be vaccinated. So ask yourself, they love us to vaccinate us so that we are against the disease. Is that so? Oh, Nigerian government love us. Is that so? Is it not high time we buckle up? Why do we? What matters to us is, gossiping. Where they do this, that is only what. Anywhere that our sentiments will be flared up. That is where you see Iboma. That is where you see. That is why we are good students of the church or church customers. I will not stop talking about it. That is because that is where our you see the akpa how bo like this again who Igbo man okoga hey you no n'ime more you know the ime more at all you know no ịkpọchakwa anything ịgbachakwa egwu you will feel hungry like me. Mụnwa nọ na anụ ahụ, you will eat like me now. Ịdachakwa all through anointing ị ga-abakwa moto lakwa be gị now if your house is far. You will not say, because I'm anointed today, let me just close eye and open my eye in my house, disappear and appear in my house. No, the same thing to everybody. So why do we deceive ourselves? Because they saw it as a means of continuous degrading us. We are saying emotional people. Emotion should never come in this struggle. Or why IPOB? Because we put emotion never IPOB. That is why we are at alert in order to guard this struggle. It doesn't matter from who. Any person cause another thing na IPOB. We pounce on you. Direct. We pounce on you. Our end game should be Biafra. Are you hearing me? Whatever our end game is Biafra restoration. The same way the focus of South Sudanese were, restoration or independence, freedom, and they got it. That is where we are heading to, Biafra. Okay. Let me. Kenyan President Ruto refuses to sign controversial finance bill amid protest. Says people have spoken. Bill shall be withdrawn. That is it. That is how to force. How to force. Do you know? In every country, the constitution is the guide, law. But do you know the only thing that is above the law? The president is not above the law. The lawmakers, the senators, they are not above the law. Do you know who is above the law? The people. The people are above the constitution in every so-called democracy. The people, number one. The people can rise up today and say, this law you are putting, no, we don't want it. Because law is made for people, not people for law. But people can rise up and protest and if you say this law, this thing, this bill you want to sign into law, cancel it. Because you are making it for you. You should be making it for the interest of us. But where there is no interest, where we have no interest, what is the need of making it? You withdraw it. It's Nigerian news writing it. Sahara reporters. I hope Nigerians are busy watching the video with Chioma. That is and do you know the price of this man, because of even the price of bread? Do you know that you can do anything in a country, but don't touch bread? Don't touch the price of bread. Do you know that? In other countries, you can do anything, but if you increase the with 1 penny, the price of bread, because bread is the food of the common man. Bread is what brought what do you call it? Revolution that took away, that removed the Sudan's president, al-Bashir. It's the price of bread. In Nigeria, that's why Nigerians are, I don't know, the way they behave and think is different. If, for example, a loaf of bread is 100 naira, for example, the small bread, and they add another 50 naira, Nigerians will never protest. If you want to protest, it's even your fellow countryman will tell you, the fellow population, now bread you want to go 100, you don't get money to buy bread, I beg, leave. They don't know that this is the basic necessity of a common, that is the food of the common man. the common food, the commonest food. In every other country brings revolution. It happened in Sudan, not South Sudan, Sudan, that removed Bashir Assad, al-Assad, Bashir, their president, that died. I think he has died. Increment in bread. This is what the Kenya president wanted to do. Borrow money. You know, they give them money. That is the West is committing genocide in Africa. I am bold to say it. The West is committing genocide. They are making lives unbearable for the population, whereas they are hobnobbing the politicians, supporting them, the political class. They give them policies that will continue impoverishing the population. Whereas they will be praising them, oh, yeah, democracy. You vote, hey, democracy. What type of democracy is this? Where they allow you to borrow money, they push you into borrowing. Borrow money, don't worry, borrow. And you make the people, they don't have policies of making people productive. What type of democracy is this? Where they allow you to borrow money, they push you into borrowing. Borrow money, don't worry, borrow. And you make the people, they don't have policies of making people productive. We have a retrospect and know that what we are in is a question of life and death. Now, this is what I said is now, even I see it. June 26th. It's on today's news even. US expanding bioweapons military activities from Ukraine to Africa. You see it? Russia is Russia. The Russian Nuclear, Chemical and Biological Protection Forces has disclosed that the United States is increasing its biological military presence in Africa. Are you hearing it? Do you know anything? Do you know that one of those things is this nonsense they call GMO? Nigerian government is openly advocating, convincing people that this will increase the yield. Hell, how do you think that this government is for Nigerians, please? How? What matters to the West, to America, is the government, working, just imposing anybody on the people and using them as vassals, getting whatever they want. They don't care about the people. Normally, it is the people that the way Kenya youths rose up. They answer Kenyans. Can Nigerians do that? The answer is no. They cannot. There will be never a revolution, coordinated revolution in Nigeria. So any person that is thinking like that, please, you are in cloud cooker land, because Nigeria is not a country. It is an amalgamation of different nations and countries into one entity at gunpoint. That is Nigeria for you. So who is going to come out? If this side come, the other side will say no. It serves you good. If the other one say no. So they use it to be controlling Nigerians. And they will come and be preaching to us. Oh, your diversity is your strength. Your diversity is your strength. We'll be killing ourselves. Fulani, they are using Fulani headsmen, they are Boko Haram to be looting everything in our land. It is high time we say no to all these things. Before I open the lines, please, I want to read, I think there is a press release of yesterday. Let me read it. Let me read it, please. IPOB press release of 25th June 2024, ceding Ohaji Egbema, LGA, and Uguta LGA to Akwa Ibom, and the creation of Olu State, part of Nigerian government divide and conquer tactics against Biafrans, IPOB. The great family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, led by the indomitable leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, rejects the proposal to create Olu State and the proposal to carve out Ohaji and the Egbema LGA in Imo State into Akwa Ibom. The Nigerian government's continuous balkanization and confusion among Ndi Igbo in the name of state creation is no longer acceptable to Ndi Igbo. As the struggle for the independent state of Biafra is gathering momentum, the federal government of Nigeria is using her proxy saboteurs of their people in the National Assembly to sponsor bills that will create divisions and confusion among Biafrans. The global family of IPOB is against any divide and rule tactics among Biafrans in the name of state creation. The majority of Biafrans want a referendum date for Biafrans to determine if they want to continue to be part of Nigeria, and no additional state creation will solve that issue. The existing states are not economically and politically beneficial to Biafrans. Biafrans do not need any additional states nor realignment in the eastern region. If Nigeria and her government want to create more in Igbo land, I mean more states in Igbo land, they should look around and bring those in the Igbo they carved out from Igbo territory and return them. More so, Ndi Igbo reject every plan to cede Ohajia and the Egbema LGA in Imo State to Akwa Ibom. The past military government in Nigeria divided the Ohaji Egbema community in Imo State into two separate communities, ceding one part to River State and keeping the other in Imo State. As if that is not enough, the same federal government of Nigeria is now planning to carve the remaining Ohaji Egbema LGA in Imo State into Akwa Ibom State through her proxies in the National Assembly. What is the rationale behind this wicked and deceptive carving of Ohaji to Akwa Ibom? Does Ohaji and the Egbema people in Imo State speak the same dialect with the people of Akwa Ibom? What are the geographical coordinates between Ohaji Egbema and Akwa Ibom? Ohaji Egbema communities in Imo State do not share boundaries with Akwa Ibom. So, on what basis is the federal government of Nigeria trying to cover out Ohaji Egbema and Uguta LGA to Akwa Ibom State? Even the new creation of Olu State is not acceptable. Those championing such state must stop and retrace their steps. The Nigerian government created the region called the South-South to start the division and the confusion among the old eastern region, who are all of Igbo origin. Geographically, South-South does not exist on any cardinal point. Only in Nigeria, with the malicious intent against the unity of Biafrans, does South-South region exist. In their malicious agenda against Ndi Igbo, the unrelentless agenda is to balkanize Biafra territory, to perpetuate their age-old agenda of divide and rule among the Biafra clans of the southeast region. The mischievousness of the Nigerian government is basically to have control of the natural resources in Biafra land by creating divisions and confusions among the people of the coastal land and the people of the hinterland of Biafra. Ohaji Egbema LGA was deliberately left undeveloped with no infrastructure by both the federal government and the state government, despite the abundance of natural resources being extracted from their communities. The deliberate policy not to develop Ohaji and the Egbema and the recent Creek gift to cede the communities to other clans is part of the federal government agenda to entice the Haji people away from their origin. Therefore, IPOB rejects the evil agenda to Therefore, IPOB rejects the evil agenda to perpetuate confusion against Ndibo by state creation and illegal gerrymandering and the boundary adjustments at a time like this, even when the areas in question do not share boundaries. IPOB calls on Ahaji and the Ebema people in Imo State to refuse the agenda to change their identity and history by carving them out of their ancestral lineage. At the same time, we call on the people of Akwa Ibom to reject plans to create ethnic confusions between them and other people in the name of state creation and boundary adjustment. We also call on all Ndibo to rise up against this satanic agenda of confusion and divisions against them. More so, we are calling on the federal government proxies from Biafra land in the National Assembly sponsoring these satanic bills to retrace their steps. IPOB is working towards unifying Ndibo that the past Nigerian governments maliciously divided. We do not want further divisions and confusions among Biafra clans. The creation of South-South zone from the United Old Eastern region was a premeditated plan to scuttle unity among Biafrans. Such divide and conquer tactics will no longer be tolerated by these generations of Biafrans. IPOB wishes to make it public that the National Assembly has no constitutional right to cede any indigenous people to another region, even with their consent. Evidence show that the federal government of Nigeria punishes these communities until they agree to be joined to other people from other clans. In the worst case scenario, there should be a referendum for the people of Ohaji Eboma, LGA in Imo State, to decide if they will want to join Akwa Ibom or remain in Imo State, just like the Midwest referendum in 1963. Anything short of a referendum for the Ohaji Eboma people shall be considered as violations of fundamental human rights of the people and shall be resisted by the Ohaji and Eboma people in Imo State in general, and particularly IPOB worldwide rejects this diabolic proposal of division of our people. Comrade Imam Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for the Indigenous People of Biafra. That's it. I have said it the other day. The reason why they made a policy not to develop Ohaji is to force them, so that as they are talking about merging them, taking them out of Imo State, they will promise them that it's now after you be look at how they have underdeveloped you. But it is the Nigerian federal government policy. Ohaji Ebema is he harbors the largest reserve of gas, the largest gas reserve. Are you hearing me? So it is a European plan, because for them they cannot. There is oil, but there is too much gas. For them, they want to remove them in order to be inside what they call South-South, so that Igbo man, when you talk, they say no, you are no more part of your land, so you don't have anything. So to defend your side, don't defend their side. That is how they do. Is it not how Gowon created the three states in the from the old Eastern region, Cross Rivers, and East Central states in 1967, May 27, 1967? Is it not? The same thing they have started again with this agitation. They have started again. The same thing. Divide them. Those that they will sponsor their agents in the Senate, Igbo agents. Oh, we need Allah state. What matters to them is, they will tell them, after you will be the governor of Allah state. That is only their narrow myopic vision. That is where it ends. So that he will become the governor of Allah and nothing more. And his village will be the capital of Allah state. You see why I say Igbo people, the politics we are zero. because we don't do politics of, collective interest. No. Is this a Neanderthal primitive selfishness that is controlling the mentalities of many of our people? But IPOB is here to checkmate all these things by fire, by force. We must checkmate them because our eyes are now open. You cannot come to tell me you are sponsoring. You too. You know they will be preaching to our people. It will bring development. It will bring a lot state. If you want to, if say it must be done. Bring all those Igbo communities that we are carved out from Kogi, Benue, even in different other parts. Now join them together as another state and join Southeast. That is how it is done. That is how it is done. Are you hearing me? So we must continue what we are doing. I will stop here so far so that we are going to a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start calling. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Doctor, for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you very much for having me. And I want to thank all the organizers of this, Prof. and all the other colleagues. This has been very, very enlightening. I'm so happy today to be with you. Today I'm going to focus just briefly on the health, and actually there's a big exposition I'm going to make so that we will understand what is going on. We have been talking in the Global Pro-Life Alliance that there should be a ban of all GMO seeds. There is no justification whatsoever. And let us look at the statistics. The U.S. Department of Agriculture produced this graph. I hope you are displaying the presentation which I sent to you. You will see that with use of the Roundup pesticide, the use of insecticides have only but increased in the U.S. starting from the year 2000 up to even the present day. So really, this idea that it actually helps to reduce the use of insecticide is just a big fat lie. It's not supported. This is data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Now, glyphosate by WHO has been declared a cancerogenic substance. So this is WHO. This is they did that on March 20th, 2015. So there is no scientific argument that will support that glyphosate. Does it cause cancer or it doesn't cause cancer? The evidence is very clear. We know that the Monsanto maize damages the liver and kidney. And the work by Seralini, which has actually exposed this whole mechanism on how this happens in very acute experiments, and this evidence has been reviewed and found to be correct. So you can see GMO foods cause liver, kidney failure, they cause breast cancer, they cause intestinal lesions, they cause liver, soy, for example, GM soy actually has been found to damage the liver structure. Then it can cause prematurity, even in animals. You can see, I don't know whether you are seeing it, you will see a rat that is fed on normal foods, and then a very small rat of the same age that is fed on GMOs. So, and it can shrink the testes. It has been proven beyond reasonable doubt that those rats fed on GMO will have a shrunk testes. And it can cause leukemia. All the blood cancers have been shown by colleagues in Australia that this is the effect of it. Now, what they do is that they tell a lot of lies. You will see this work sponsored by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's called the yellow cassava. And the yellow cassava, they said, contains protein, that they have actually worked in the gene that will contain protein. That's why it justifies the use of GMO yellow cassava. it was a falsified work. You see, this is the scientific retraction showing that there is no protein in the so-called yellow cassava. Now, the same thing they made about the golden rice. Oh, the golden rice contains vitamin A. It will solve Africa's dietary deficit in vitamin A. That's not true. One piece of carrot contains more 40 times one bag of golden rice in vitamin A content. And spinach contains 100 times more vitamin A than a bag of golden rice. So this is just scientific falsification. Now, so we know celiac disease, which causes intestinal malabsorption, difficulty in digestion, anemias, thyroid cancer, low sperm count, kidney disease, is also caused by Roundup or glyphosate. So, but what is happening in Nigeria? What is the real problem? Why is this whole push? This thing started in 2005 when there was the G7 summit hosted by Tony Blair. And they got all the billionaires together and said, how going forward, how will the West survive? So the answer was, let us move into cloning, organ cloning. Now the organ cloning business is worth 30 trillion US dollars. That is 1/3 of world economy. What is it all about? As a doctor now, if somebody comes to me and say, oh, okay, I have a bad heart, or so I can actually put an ultrasound and then use a small needle, just prick that heart through the thoracic cavity and get a few cells. That cell I have gotten has a nucleus, the genetic material of that heart. If I send it to the biotech company, they can now put that cell, that nucleus, into an egg of a woman. That egg, they have to remove the nucleus of that egg so that this thing can be put in a culture, tissue culture, and it will grow into an exact heart that they can now send back to me, and we can now transplant it to that patient. So that will be exact replication. So that is the aim of organ cloning and tissue cloning. This business, they think, will change medicine and is worth 30 trillion US dollars. So every billionaire that is interested in this is working for this project. All the major countries of the West are working for this project. But the problem is, which woman will allow you to take their ovarian eggs? Because if we do that in the lab by a process we call somatic cell nuclear transfer. That means to take the egg and then take the nucleus from the diseased person into that egg. That process is a manual process, and it will consume over 100 million eggs just to carry out this process worldwide and perfect this technique. So where will you get 100 million eggs? That should come from minimum of 10 million women. So they looked at the map and saw Nigeria with 250 million people, largely ignorant of the sophistication of this. They looked at the place that has 70% of the tuber crops for food. That is the Northeast. So in this Northeast, they formed this Boko Haram. They were the people who came up with it, started inciting program with mercenaries, and then saying that it's Islamic extremism. Now, let me give you an example on the Islamic extremism. Between 2015, for example, and 2018, 37,500 people were recorded dead from Boko Haram attacks by the U.S. Council on Foreign Relations. This was the data they provided to the Congress. Now, out of these 37,500, there were 32,000 Muslims. This is 85%. Now, 5,500 Christians, provided to the Congress. Now, out of these 37,500, there were 32,000 Muslims. This is 85%. Now, 5,500 Christians are all natural seed growers in their communities. So they grow seeds. So the farmers go to them to buy seeds. So how come they were eliminated? How did they know who were the seed growers? A grant, and you can verify this, the press can verify this, a grant of 2 billion naira was given to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development under additional from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They gave what they call the electronic wallet. These are telephones, just the normal telephones, but it has NFC and GPS technologies. So they gave it to the farmers and said, okay, we will use it to fund this grant. If you go to buy seed from a seed grower, he will just sell it to you, and then you kick in the number and it will go through. You don't have to pay. So they publicized this as electronic wallet. So with this operation and computation with EFC technology, you could actually locate all the farmers, particularly the seed growers, to the nearest meter. They gave over this data to their mercenaries. What does it take to become a Fulani herdsman? Get anybody, put a turban on him, and arm him with an AK-47. And that's what happened. These were not Muslims, these were mercenaries. So they hired them from Libya, from Chad, from Liberia, from Niger Republic, and brought them into Nigeria. These are the people you are seeing now causing all this trouble. So they killed Nigerian farmers. When they killed Nigerian farmers, they set up the Biosafety Agency. They set it up and used their own people to man it. And you can see all the people who were Federal Ministry of Finance. Where is she now? She is the Deputy UN President Director. All the people. Where is Adesina now? He is chairman of the African Development Bank. Who put them there? Bill Gates. So what had happened was that they put their people who are going to in strategic places and funded them. Now, these people, another law they passed through the National Assembly. And that was very much part of the argument that to stop this law is called the National Health Act. Most of you don't know this, and the populace don't know this, that if you go to any hospital in Nigeria, it is the doctor who says your organ can be taken without your consent. The doctor, the director of that hospital. It was written into the law. And it was written into the law that after 2 years, most of the hospitals that are in Nigeria will be closed. Now, people, you ask me, Prof, am I just saying this? I was present, physically present at the General Electric headquarters in Abuja when GE executives came down from New York, invited the top leaders of the private healthcare sector, pharmacists, lab scientists, and doctors, and said, look, we are ready to pay you any amount for you to leave the health sector. I was sitting down there. And we said, are you mad? So the whole thing ended in a chaos. But we now knew that they said that Bill Gates was going to give us money, and then we will leave the health sector, and he will replace the entire health sector with 260 hospitals in the first phase. And the contract has been given to General Electric. So that will tell you the entire reason for all this. And what are they looking for? The hospitals they are creating, Nigerians will go there either as organ donors or the egg donors. Because the egg, if you read that law, you will see that they say a gamete is not tissue. So it's not protected, which is gamete is the origin of all tissue. But if you read that, you will see. If you read that law in section 48 and 51, you will see that your organ can be collected without consent. in section 20, if you come on an emergency, it's declared free. Why do they want to say you should declare free healthcare in emergency? Because if you declare emergency, so you will be treated free, what will happen is that the doctor can decide to take your organ without your consent. The consent clause can be waived. Look at section 48 and section 51. So I argued before, representing the doctors of Nigeria. I argued at the National Assembly, and I told Ike Ekweremadu and Okowa and Ngige, they were sitting down on the government side. And I told them, I said, look, you can't do this. There were 5,000 Nigerians in that hall. You can't do this. And the Ekweremadu said, okay, no, what am I saying? He actually asked the entire press out of the place that they should take their TVs and everything and go ahead and get out of the place. And what now happened was that I warned him before everybody. I said, Ekweremadu, you will be the first victim of this very law you are pushing. So this was what really happened. And what we are facing in this country is not just pushing of GMO, because the 10 million women who hello, yes, please. Okay, okay, yes.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi, Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 26th day of June 2024. Therefore, our lines are now open. As usual, our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142. Line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142. 1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142. Igbo thing now. They thought that it is Igbo thing. But they don't, little did they know that the breed of IPOB, breed of Biafrans now are different, highly different from others. I'm telling you honestly. So we must continue in propagating this gospel. I don't know, my WhatsApp
If my mother was against the doctor because he had a plan, and that is why he's in jail right now. He did that because he knew he was going to need something in the future, and went ahead and was against that plan. That's all I have to say, Mazi. Thank you.
well, of course. Of course. Of course. The brood of Igbo politicians, they impose on us since after the war. These are the worst of worst. I am telling you, the worst of worst. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
There, Mazi.
My name is
Worst of worst. I am telling you, the worst of worst. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
There, Mazi.
My name is to be hammering it every day because we know that to be hammering it every day because we know that this to be hammering it every day because we know that this to be hammering it every day because we know that this
GMO. Oh, kwali ama ebutere n'ugwu Hausa. Ihe niile a na-akọ n'ugwu Hausa, most of it bụ GMO. Ịgwa gị eziokwu. Most. Ị na-ata melon, ị na-ata yam. Now, because we neglect the most important thing, that is planting what we eat. Let me tell you. Every real independent country, they first of all solidify family to feed themselves. Mazi, as a family person, you are. If as a man you cannot feed your family, will you be regarded as a responsible or real man? The answer is no. You can't blame them. So that is the thing. The solution is planting what we have. IPOB have been on campaign since how many years? Let us turn back to Igbo. Stop eating. I think my destiny is wobbling. I don't know why. I don't know. I try to regulate this.
I'm hearing you.
Yes. So we have been campaigning for stop eating Fulani cow. Oh yeah. How many people heed to that advice? We campaigned for Ehibo. Oh.
Yes, sir. I know it is so, sir.
Uh-huh.
Because there's one thing that China Samorupu said on his timeline. All those chicken that the West are projecting, that GMO, I saw it, and when I saw it, I was so annoyed. Very soon now, they will pack it for us to be eating,
But
so that they will come and wipe us.
ndị be anyị ga na-ata na a na-ata anụ na-agba na-ata ịtacha tomorrow you nwee liver problem asị gị na ya one of your siblings mere gị ị gaa n'ụlọ ekpere ị ga pastọ gị sị gị na ndị be anyị ga na-ata na a na-ata anụ na-agba na-ata ịtacha tomorrow you nwee liver problem asị gị na ya one of your siblings mere gị ị gaa n'ụlọ ekpere ị ga pastọ gị sị gị na ndị be anyị ga na-ata na a na-ata anụ na-agba na-ata ịtacha tomorrow you nwee liver problem asị gị na ya one of your siblings mere gị ị gaa n'ụlọ ekpere ị ga pastọ gị sị gị na ndị be anyị ga na-ata na a na-ata anụ na-agba na-ata ịtacha tomorrow you nwee liver problem asị gị na ya one of your siblings mere gị ị gaa n'ụlọ ekpere ị ga pastọ gị sị gị na No, that is it. If the problem starts, they will tell you it's your brother that is causing it. Na genka from village. Ibru, you know. That is the problem. You see, we have been campaigning, stop eating Fulani cow. How many people hate to eat? How many people hate to eat? How many? How many of our people hate to eat? You know, our people, they only rise up when the thing have reached their neck. When what a minute ago, our now Susan na what can we do now? What can we do now? Why we even fought the war is the 1966, 66, 67. Have you forgotten? Because they killed us everywhere in Nigeria at the same time. No, so our people came back and now remember that we need to defend ourselves. But once we are in a kind of slavish comfort, no person cares. You know, don't bring problem here. That is the type of life, balcony life we are living. Biget now we other people gonna one car people now things. Is it because now it is officially said? It is what they have been doing since how long? Since many years. You know? Is it because now it is open? Because of the revelation of this man, it becomes open. You know? But this is what has been going on. Our people, you know, suffering from liver problem. You see a young man, no liver problem. You know? Suffering some sicknesses that are alien to us. You know, our people are suffering it. The worst is that they turn our people's brain into ourselves, into against ourselves, using it as a source of even making money in the churches, in the Dibia houses, you know, so-called Dibia houses, other places. Instead of once information is power. That is it. Information is power. Caller on, let me see. Who is there first?
Mazi, good evening, sir.
No, yeah, Mazi, go on, please. Go on.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Biafrans, good evening. Mazi Nnamdi, good evening. Well, good evening, Director of State, AKNM, good evening, everybody. Mazi, have you seen that Chineke in the Botara bread, in these people we call the clergies, both the clergies of the Christian and the clergies of the other, in short, precisely the clergies of the Christendom in Nigeria? clothes, all these things have been, illuminating us, and none of them have ceased to say, okay, the body of Khan, the body of PSN, let us unite and write a petition against this fellow called book in his own country, wherever he is, to say, please, what is happening in Africa precisely? Why did you compel our people? Is it as a result that you don't want one being to exist again? Do you understand? They will not do this because through they are holding on to tell them that miracle will give you
Mazi,
Mazi,
are you following how the Kenya Mazi? Can you hear me, Mazi?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Let me interject because you are using WhatsApp today. It's not direct line. Are you following how the Kenyan youths, how they are protesting? 23 of them are killed officially, are dead. They enter into it. Doesn't matter the police were shooting, they took over the parliament in order to revoke a law that doesn't shoot them, the public. They rose up. Have you but in Nigeria it cannot happen. They want people to come and save us. Come on. You must fight and get what you want. Because the government they put on us is to kill us, is to kill the people, is to kill us. The government of Africa is to kill us, is to kill the people. They are not friendly African, the population friendly. They are anti-population because they are working for the sole interest of those that keep them there. Who keep them? Do you think it's your vote that keep Tinubu there? Is the West. Once America, once they do that abracadabra, just use you, say, oh, yeah, voting, oh, yeah, they do, it's a magic in order to present that, oh, it's democracy. Once, it doesn't matter what you do. Who Joe Biden congratulates. Who UK Prime Minister congratulates. It's finished. It's finished. In order to present that, oh, it's democracy. Once, it doesn't matter what you do. Who Joe Biden congratulates. Who UK Prime Minister congratulates. It's finished. It's finished. It's in order to present that, oh, it's democracy. Once, it doesn't matter what you do. Who Joe Biden congratulates. Who UK Prime Minister congratulates. It's finished. It's finished. It's in order to present that, oh, it's democracy. Once, it doesn't matter what you do. Who Joe Biden congratulates. Who UK Prime Minister congratulates. It's finished. It's finished. It's who Joe Biden congratulates. Who UK Prime Minister congratulates. It's finished. It's finished. It's who Joe Biden congratulates. Who UK Prime Minister congratulates. It's finished. It's finished. It's who Joe Biden congratulates. Who UK Prime Minister congratulates. It's finished. It's finished. It's one particular. This is not. I mean, this is not at all. It's not at all a connection problem. Never. This problem that started few days now, but we must sort it out. One particular. This is not. I mean, this is not at all. It's not at all a connection problem. Never. This problem that started few days now, but we must sort it out. One particular. This is not. I mean, this is not at all. It's not at all a connection problem. Never. This problem that started few days now, but we must sort it out. One particular. This is not. I mean, this is not at all. It's not at all a connection problem. Never. This problem that started few days now, but we must sort it out. This problem that started few days now, but we must sort it out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
who I come into contact, who they say she had cervical cancer. But be it as may, be it as it may, this disease is not even known in the wider Nigeria. People are dying of hunger. But be it as may, be it as it may, this disease is not even known in the wider Nigeria. People are dying of hunger and they come with unknown cancer vaccine. They have come again to sterilize our people. People are dying of hunger and they come with unknown cancer vaccine. They have come again to sterilize our people.
Don't agree
Yes,
that
yes, my brother.
I don't
Yeah.
agree that they are full of unlearned. They know everything. The government you are
Yeah.
talking, who put them there? Why
Exactly.
they are there is these people. It is America big,
Yes.
all of them. It's them that put them together there in the first place. Do you remember the what happened in the election where the people were
Yeah, yeah.
crying wolf, this and that? All of a sudden, Joe Biden just it is America big,
Yes.
all of them. It's them that put them together there in the first place. Do you remember the what happened in the election where the people were
Yeah, yeah.
crying wolf, this and that? All of a sudden, Joe Biden just even you do when it comes to medics and all
Yes.
these things, they know, but they block their. Look at Femi Adesina. Femi Adesina, is he not a medical doctor? I think he's a medical or a lawyer. Is he a lawyer or a medical doctor? Now they have used him on everything they want to. Now they put him now in the chairman. I think it's one of the chairman of African Development Bank. So you agree with them. You continue progressing even more than you expected in your political career and all the rest. You become wealthy. They know it is the bad belly of Africans against their own people. Look at Ruto. What Ruto, the policy, I mean, they announced the bill they want to sign into law to stifle Kenyans. Political career and all the rest. You become wealthy. They know it is the bad belly of Africans against their own people. Look at Ruto. What Ruto, the policy, I mean, they announced the bill they want to sign into law to stifle Kenyans. And he now withdrew. They know all these things. They know. Mazi, go on, please. They know.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, my brother. When I know we know they know because
the bill they want to sign into law to stifle Kenyans. And he now withdrew. They know all these things. They know. Mazi, go on, please. They know.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, my brother. When I know we know they know because
the bill they want to sign into law to stifle Kenyans. And he now withdrew. They know all these things. They know. Mazi, go on, please. They know.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, my brother. When I know we know they know because
the bill they want to sign into law to stifle Kenyans. And he now withdrew. They know all these things. They know. Mazi, go on, please. They know.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, my brother. When I know we know they know because kidney disease, liver disease is now commonplace in our place because we are eating what we don't know, what people who hate us package for us, and they have our people where they need them. They first of all starve you, your immune will be deficient because you're not eating right, and then they feed you rubbish. It's now commonplace in our place because we are eating what we don't know, what people who hate us package for us, and they have our people where they need them. They first of all starve you, your immune will be deficient because you're not eating right, and then they feed you rubbish, and young men cannot impregnate their wives. The end result is disastrous for our race. Anyway, coming to the what you that kid glove, giving them amnesty, settling them, inscripting them in the Nigerian Armed Forces. That man didn't want to answer that question. He just said, to give up, what do you call it, agitation, and then the federal government can deal with us. Giving them amnesty, settling them, inscripting them in the Nigerian Armed Forces. That man didn't want to answer that question. He just said we have to give up, what do you call it, agitation, and then the federal government can deal with us. What do you call it, agitation, and then the federal government can deal with us. Secretional work, both secretional work, both
ESCO to pass to their son Tinubu, they are going to go. So it's not a surprise thing. But why that is paying me is that what is our people doing? What is Igbo traditionals or elite, what they are doing? The answer is no. I still remember the me is that what is our people doing? What is Igbo traditionals or elite, what they are doing? The answer is no. I still remember the me is that what is our people doing? What is Igbo traditionals or elite, what they are doing? The answer is no. I still remember the Atina. Agadi nwanyị nọ na vileji ji amụ ede na ọ ya ga into internet bịa regista wee were nita Mazi is unfair. So we Atina. Agadi nwanyị nọ na vileji ji amụ ede na ọ ya ga into internet bịa regista wee were nita Mazi is unfair. So we Mazi, this is what I want to contribute.
There we
Mechukwu okike bless
go.
you. I want that must see freedom.
There we Thank you, Mazi. This is where I'm going to stop. Because this wobbling is disturbing my broadcast. Honestly, I know what I'll do. I will format my system and remove, because it's been a long time, and clean everything and reinstall it. It will take me. I need to have time to do it, but I will. So we must continue, because what is happening is not about my internet is okay. My internet connectivity is okay. I've checked. The speed is okay. Everything is okay. We must continue. The only thing I want to say in all this, as my parting shot, is this: we should learn how to, start doing things when there is time. We should not be only reactive, but we should be proactive. Are you hearing me? Do you see, while Bill Gates and all of them, the West, because they are backing Bill Gates, the West, in order to get up to, according to Dr. Njemanzi, up to 100 million eggs, female eggs. They need about 10 million people, donors. And they check, where are they going to get this? They turn to Africa. Not only Africa, they turn to Nigeria. Where ignorance abound. And they started Boko Haram. They stirred up Islamic extremism. The same way America used Islamic extremism in order to fight Russia in Afghanistan. For the Mujahideen, America created Mujahideen in Afghanistan in order to fight communism, Russian invasion of Afghanistan. But for the Muslims there, they thought that Allah is with them, Allah, it is Allah. No, it is not. That's why I say, see all this religion, everything is man-made. They steer you up, man. It's man that is even God. Man will do everything. I am telling you honestly. Nothing. It's man. Man recreates everything. So for the Muslims there in Afghanistan, they believe that they are fighting for Allah. They don't know that they are fighting for America. America is using them to fight their proxy war. That is it. Do you see it? So this is exactly what they are doing in Nigeria. Today the jihadists, the terrorists, they are being recalled to Nigeria all as they are suffering in Burkina Faso, in Mali. Now they tell them, come to Nigeria and met up on your Bidro. They started Boko Haram. For us, ordinary people, we thought that, oh, this is ordinary Islamic, they believe in Sharia. But there are unseen hands that are using them, instigating all these things. They have another agenda. The same way America used the Islamic congregated Islamists in Afghanistan in 1979. Congregated them, started preaching everywhere in Arab world, in a Muslim world, that there is a fight for Allah going on in Afghanistan. And they came, believing that they are doing it for Allah. Not knowing that they are doing it for America. It's the same thing. Do you see? Do you see how the world is? That's why put to own a religion. You are serving the interest of somebody. Nothing more. All the programming you town, believe on in it's not the warrior. It's not that. What the Fulanis are doing, destroying farmland, taking for them, Allah is helping them to occupy land. But they don't know that they are doing the wishes of Bill Gates and America and the West in general. In order to get eggs they need, in order to continue cloning themselves, cloning their damaged organs to make themselves healthy in the West, serving the interests of the West. But for them, they are serving Allah is giving them this and that. That is the stupidity in religion. Are you hearing me? So this is where we have to think more, reason deeply more. That thing you tell, you are consecrated, you are going to church, you are doing more, you're serving God. No, you are serving man's interests. It's man that program it. You are doing that is what you are doing. There is nothing you can say you pray and God do that He never do to, or you are not exceptional. If you get money, Hindu gets money. You do business and go it goes well. Hindu do it and goes well. Even an unbeliever of anything, an atheist does it, the same thing. He can get the same result. So it's the world, nothing. It depends on your head. What she depends on that, nothing more. God do it. No, it's a lie. Oh, it's just what can happen to anybody, whether you believer, whether you be Hindu, whether you be Zoroastrian, whether you be Jahidio, whether anyone you are. We are all human beings. It happens. So let us stop serving the interests of the West, thinking that you are doing for God. No. That God is the West. You think the West, you are serving their interests. The same way the Fulani is serving their interests in Nigeria, thinking that is God. No, it's not God. It's not Allah. It's the Americans programming them. Bill Gates programming, doing all these things in order to collect human organs, in order to do what? Take our resources, in order to make us, everybody, food dependent on them. This is the long time result they want. So that to these things, in order to collect human organs, in order to do what? Take our resources, in order to make us, everybody, food dependent on them. This is the long time result they want. So that to these things, in order to collect human organs, in order to do what? Take our resources, in order to make us everybody food dependent on them. This is the long run, long time result they want. So that to these things, in order to collect human organs, in order to do what? Take our resources, in order to make us everybody food dependent on them. This is the long run, long time result they want. So that to make us everybody food dependent on them. This is the long run, long time result they want. So that to make us everybody food dependent on them. This is the long run, long time result they want. So that to
Biafra, Emeka Kunusi, Biafra Gaimara, Biafra Kaneboso Gamiri, Agaimara, Biafra Kaneboso Gamiri, Biafra Kane, Zombe, Waboke, Anijala, Nawama. Ona demo kanu na lombo wana jumo osina Biafra na tago waboke anijala na wama. Ona demo kanu na lombo wana jumo osina Biafra na tago na nyigala ubabu ganyi jewero mai ubabu ganyi jala